Viewer discretion is advised because Hello, Dungeons of Light and Darkness, and welcome back once again to the Realm of Darkness.
What the fucking fuck? You're alive?
Shut up, John.
Well, sorry if I actually worried about you during your absence.
Bitch, please, don't lie to me. Besides, I haven't been gone for that long.
Dude, it's been 4 months.
Wait, what? Oh. So it has. But no matter, that's completely justified.
Why? Just where the hell were you?
On a train.
What train exactly would this be?
This train! Yes, Dungeons of Light and Darkness, this video is all about Smash. Because unless you've been living under a rock for the past couple of months, you'd know that Super Smash Bros. For 3DS has already been released, along with Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. And isn't it just fucking lovely? Now, I actually wasn't supposed to be making this video yet, but considering I haven't been able to play any other game besides Smash since its midnight release, I decided, fuck it, why not? And I'm pretty sure there are no objections to this. So let's get started. John, run the track.
Oh, certainly. Now initializing Realm of Darkness trial for Super Smash Bros. For 3DS.
Whoa boy! Where do I begin with this? Ever since Sakurai even hinted at the idea of a Smash 4, people have been shitting their pants over this game. But every single month that passed, the hype just grew more and more within people's hearts. The hype for this release of Smash Bros. Was so absurdly real that people actually spent hard-earned money trying to get the demo of the game before anyone else. So you can just imagine what it was like when the game was finally released. I mean, seriously, why do I even have a first thought section for a Smash Bros. Game? It's a Smash Bros. Game, you guys already know what I thought. Thought it was gonna be fucking awesome. But was it? Or should I say, was it as awesome as everybody expected it to be? Well, let's find out. Well, like most fighting games, Smash Bros. Doesn't really have much of a plot, but there is a bit of lore to begin with. Basically, there exists a world known only as the Land of Trophies. Actually, it doesn't really have a name, we just call it the Land of Trophies. In this world exists a large group of sentient statues of popular heroes from other worlds who exist only to fight. When released from their stationary trophy prison, they will begin to fight whomever lay in their path. To become a trophy again is death. You can only be free from that death by the will of another fighter, or by the will of Master Hand, the world's leader. Oh, and there's also Crazy Hand, who I just assume is Master Hand's psychotic brother or something. These fighters arise to the occasion to protect their world from any danger no matter what it is. And no matter how many times they get wasted by forces obviously stronger than they are. God, I fucking hated Taboo. Skipping character analysis because this is a fighting game made by Nintendo and neither of those things even have the foggiest idea as to what character development even is.
Why you gotta be so hard on Nintendo, Master? They have their moments.
Mario, Peach, most Links, most Zelda, and every character in Pokemon known to man tend to disagree with you.
Well, what about Wind Waker and Skyward Sword and all the Mario RPGs? Not to mention that there was an entire fucking 2 years spent on developing Luigi.
Yeah, what a half-assed 2 years that was.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Right, back to the gameplay. Now, if you don't know how Smash works by now, 1, where the fuck have you been? And 2, it's actually really simple. 2 to 4 of your favorite Nintendo characters duke it out on random memorable stages to see who is the best. The more you hit your opponent, the more damage they take. However, unlike other fighting games, damage doesn't really deplete a health bar. Instead, it increases a percentage meter. The way to win is to knock your opponent off the stage to kill them, and the higher percentage they have, the farther they'll fly. There are two main game modes. Time mode, which has people fight for a certain amount of time on the stage, racking up points the more people they kill, and losing them as they die. The player with the most points at the end wins. Or the definitive way to play the game, stocks. Stocks include each character having a certain number of lives. Every time you die, you lose a life. No fucking duh. The last person standing wins. Now for whatever reason, if there is a tie, the round will go to sudden death, where both fighters start at 300% and bombs start flying out of the friggin' sky. Whoever survives the longest wins. And while this is designed as a multiplayer game, there are many single player modes. There's classic mode, which is basically the Smash Bros. Equivalent to the arcade mode of most fighting games. You basically go down the line fighting different people under different stipulations on the way to a final boss. Another one is All-Star mode, where you go through a gauntlet of fights against Nintendo's greatest All-Stars in chronological order. However, I feel like this is the easiest incarnation of All-Star mode yet. I don't know, it's just something about it is really easy, even on hard mode sometimes. And the last set using single player mode is Stadium. Now this mode is full of random minigames to play. It's not really important, but it's a nice change of pace from the usual hand-to-hand combat. They have games like Multi-Man Smash, which is basically an overglorified version of the team battles from classic mode. Target Blast, which is basically the Smash Bros. Equivalent to Angry Birds. I miss Break the Targets. And Home Run Contest, which is a game mode where you have a limited amount of time to beat the crap out of a sandbag and then smash with a baseball bat to see how far it flies. Poor sandbag. Multi-Man Smash is by far my favorite mode. It's turning manslaughter into a sport. Now as you go through the game, you unlock trophies and beat challenges along with characters and stages. These are the keys to 100%ing the game. However, most people just stop after the characters and the stages because beating all the challenges and collecting every single trophy is suicide. There are a total of 685 trophies in this game. 685! You know how much fucking... No, that's weeks of months of bullshit. You'd have to be the spawn of Gerard Dragon Rider Khalil to do that shit. However, it is nice going through the trophy gallery and watching your collection grow exponentially the more you play. And each and every trophy has its own story or background info on it based on what game it came from. In short, a Smash game is a very simple concept that hides a very complicated system, and everybody loves it, which is why it has 5 games. And it is a concept that has been patented and mastered only by Nintendo. Next segment. Good God, my dick! This Smash Bros. Is some of the best music and remixes of other soundtracks that I have ever heard. To the point that even the original soundtracks pale in comparison to the redone versions. Yeah, sure, a lot of the songs are copy-pasted from Brawl and Melee. Looking at you, Fire Emblem! But when you have shit like this... or this... or fucking this? Yo, I'm just done. Also, the graphics and art design are solid as well. Not as dark and gray as Brawl, but not as, blocky and ugly as a Melody with that weird color scheme. Now, of course, the computer isn't doing it justice because the game is actually meant to be played on a much smaller screen with a much smaller resolution, but if you pick up the game yourself, you'll see. And for anyone saying that the 3DS is too small to play Smash Bros on, Just know that they even have outlines over the characters to make sure that you know where you are at all times. It's not bad. Now let's move on before my head explodes from the awesomeness of this Gerudo Valley remix. Ugh. Alright, time to break this game to pieces. Now, I spent a lot of fucking time playing this game, so I have shit to say. First off, multiplayer. God damn it. Now, I think we all can agree that Nintendo has always been subpar with their online multiplayer experience. But, seriously? 2014, guys, get some servers built. However, I have to say this is a large step up from Brawl, which was pretty much unplayable 90% of the time. But it's still really wonky. Sometimes this match is perfect and other times it's just... ugh. I'm pretty sure the new For Fun mode isn't really fun when everyone is fucking moving in a snail's place. Which reminds me, there are 3 different modes now. With Friends, For Fun, and For Glory. For Friends is a definitive online multiplayer experience for this game, because you can do whatever the fuck you want. There are no limits because you make the rules, which is how it should be. Whereas the other modes are limited with their own set of rules. For Fun allows you to play with items on and in any stage. Basically, Smash Bros. At its most chaotic. Meanwhile, For Glory is Smash Bros. Most competitive. Or at least what Nintendo thinks is competitive. You can choose to fight free-for-all, 1-on-1, or 2-on-2. And they even give you a win-loss ratio. The catch? Final Destination, no items, Fox only. Without the Fox only. On one hand, I think Sakurai's getting to the spirit of this whole competitive Smash thing. On the other hand, I don't think he did a lot of background research. I mean, nobody really expected you to take that seriously, guys. No one really likes Final Destination, it's garbage. You have a perfectly stable battlefield in Yoshi's Island that you don't use. Come on! I mean, I guess now that we have these Omega stages, Sakurai can have a more creative liberty with his stage design, but it feels a little cheap if you ask me. I mean, on the bright side, we don't have to look at the fucking Cosmos and hear the goddamn same song playing over and over and over every time we go on Final Destination, but I'd still rather play on a stage with platforms that don't explode. Besides, even the matchmaking in For Glory is shit. It doesn't really try and match you with anyone close to your win-loss ratio. Just fucking match you with random people. I'd rather lose to good people who are better than me so I can learn more on how to play the game than beat the same terrible people who only play Little Mac and Ike over and over and over and over again. Or lose to those said people because of a fucking lag spike. You want the true Smash Bros. Experience? Play offline. Now on the single player side of things, a lot of stuff has changed, particularly Classic Mode. Previous Classic Mode since the beginning of the series followed a traditional arcade-stylized series of challenges and led up to a final boss battle with Master Hand. And while this game has a similar thing, it's pretty hard to call it a Classic Mode when it is anything but. Now in Classic Mode, you guide your character down a branching path of various difficulty to the next round, blue being the easiest and red being the hardest. And the fights can be anything from team battles to free-for-alls to fighting metal enemies, you know, the works. In the end, you fight a horde battle, usually against Mii's, and then proceed to fight Master Hand and or Crazy Hand, with a surprise twist if you leave it on a high enough difficulty, but I won't spoil.
That's what the YouTube comments are for.
Also, before every round, you're greeted with a slot machine. This slot machine contains the prize that you're going to get for completing that particular round. The prizes range from trophies to custom moves to even gold, but there's no real telling what you're going to get until you push the button. Or until you spam the home button over and over to try and get fucking custom moves. This mode is really fun the first couple of times, but after a while it gets tedious and monotonous. If you're good at casual Smash, your goal will probably be to complete this game on 9, right? Well, good luck with that, because that surprise twist I mentioned earlier is quite possibly the biggest cheap shot in the Smash Bros. Game since Taboo. Other than that, there's nothing exciting, just repetitive. Which is bad for completionists who have to beat this game 100%. For you see, that means you have to get every single trophy in the game. And every time you beat Classic Mode, you get a specific trophy for that character that you beat it with. So, that means you have to beat Classic Mode with every single character. For a total of 52 runs. God! These are the reasons that people tear their circle pads. Which reminds me, for anyone wondering how this game controls, not too bad actually. The only quirk is that lack of a C-stick, but then again, that should be resolved soon. However, it does feel, how do I put it? Slow? Clunky? Limiting? It's nowhere near Wiimote bad. It's tight and responsive, usually. But without that second stick, there are a lot of things that feel like a chore. Fighting off stage, trying to back air, anything just feels awkward sometimes. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the 3DS version's exclusive mode, Smash Run. You guys remember Subspace Emissary? Or maybe Adventure Mode from Melee? Well, welcome to Smash Run. You and 3 other fighters roam around a large-scale map fighting various monsters from Brawl and other Nintendo games. Every enemy you kill drops pickups that boost your character's stats. The goal is to go around killing everything, collecting treasures and pickups to boost your stats for the final battle. And the final battle is random, so it could be anything, meaning you have to be on point to win, whatever it is. Now this mode is actually really fun, which makes me very angry because it's only an offline mode. It's one of the best possible modes they could have possibly used for online multiplayer, and they fucked it up. I mean, yeah, sure, there's local multiplayer, but when you think of a bunch of friends playing Smash Bros. In one room, you mostly think about this, not this. And the last thing I want to talk about is the character roster. This is the biggest character roster yet to be in a Smash Bros. Game, and that is 52 characters, including Mii's, and growing. Not only that, but a lot of the new characters are some that you'd never expect to see in a Smash Bros. Game. Like Pac-Man, or Shulk, or even fucking Mega Man. Freaking Kenji and Fune just like busting Nintendo's door and it's like, nigga, so what you gonna be doing right now, right? You gonna take all these Mega Men, you gonna be going on like this freaking Power Rangers bullshit, everyone's gonna be firing a huge laser, all of these Mega Men gonna be shooting up all these characters, that's the final Smash. Fucking all of the Mega Men. He summons all of the Mega Men! Oh! Not only that, but this seems to be the most balanced roster to date. A lot of people, especially on the competitive side of Smash Bros, always say that Melee is the definitive Smash Bros game. And to be honest, I hate that thing. A lot. I mean, it's still a Smash Bros game and it's really good, but the fucking competitive side of the community just makes it out to be the best thing since sliced bread, and it isn't. It's actually really fucking broken. It's not perfect, it's overrated, it's full of foxes and falcons and ice climbers everywhere. But then again, in a game like Smash Bros, what do you expect? The premise of the entire game encourages the characters to be broken, which is why I'm actually very surprised that in this one it's actually pretty balanced. Now of course in this game there are still some really stupid characters, but it's gotta be the most balanced Smash out of the 4. And what's more, now because of the technological advances of the 3DS and Wii U, they can patch in balance updates. So what now, bitch? However, there are stupid things about this roster as well, such as, what the fuck are Dr. Mario, Lucina, and Dark Pit doing here? Are you telling me you removed clones to make room for more clones? Really?
Yet your darkness himself still names Dark Pit.
Shut up, he has a badass theme song. Well, now the roster's nice, but how does the game actually play? Well, the game's engine is definitely more similar to Brawl than Melee, and a lot of the advanced and flashy tricks like Dacus, L-canceling, and wave dashing are once again not present. However, the pacing is a lot faster than Brawl, and a lot of the bullshit like tripping and chain grabs Brawl had has been removed. It really feels like a Smash Bros. Game that anyone can get into, and I like that a lot. Heck, it even has its own advanced techniques for competitive play, like ledge trumping and vectoring. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Mii's can fight? Because I'm pretty sure I did mention that Mii's can fight, but just in case you didn't hear, I'm gonna say it again, Mii's can fight. So after all of that, what's really wrong with this game? Well, the loading times suck. That's all I got. Really, the only actual quirk that I have with the game is that it's kind of hard to get back to after playing the Wii U version for a little bit. But Then again, it doesn't mean it's a bad game, it just means that it's inferior to the Wii U version. And everybody already knew from beforehand that it was going to be inferior to the Wii U version anyway, so there's nothing wrong with it. Everything I didn't like about this game was already stated, so I guess I'm pretty much done here. Final segment. Well, you've heard everything I had to say about this game, so now it's time to decide whether I commend it to everyone, or condemn it to this realm so that nobody can ever lay a hand on it ever again. So what do I... fuck it. Commend? It's a Smash Bros. Game, how can I not commend Smash Bros? That would be sacrilege. Super Smash Bros. For 3DS gets an 8.5 out of 10. Commending it for being the first Smash Bros. Game on the portable console, and to do so many great things despite the hardware limitations. It's not perfect, but it's up there, and I love it. And I've been playing this game for so long before Wii U version came out that I just feel the need to just show you. This is the amount of time I've spent playing Smash Bros. 3DS. Fucking... You see that shit? You see that shit? That shit's real. That shit's real. Needless to say, this video should have been out a long time ago, but I was spending a bit too much time playing it and reviewing it. Sorry. But, this has been Darkness the Second, and I'd like to thank you once again for joining me in the Realm of Darkness. Bye. 1, he's German. 2, he's hilarious. And 3, he's batshit insane. And let me put it to you simply, if you don't have a medic on your team, you're most likely going to lose. When you have a support class that gives you healing and invincibility in a game as hectic as Team Fortress 2, you don't use that class, you are officially 50 Shades stupid. And while he seems to have very little voice clips in the game, his personality shines the brightest. In this world exists a large group of sentient statues of other other fucking papaya seeds or something, I don't know. This the fucking cow. However, it is nice going into the trophy gallery and watching your fucking dick expand from I don't fucking know. I'm tired. I am tired right now. Also, before every round, you're greeted with a hot babe who gives you a fucking sad hand job or something.